yesterday. I would wrap you.
And that was a clip from Pandora Unforgettable Moments on Ice with Olympic figure skating champion and gold medalist Brian Boitano, who joins us now to talk about his latest skating performance. Brian, thanks so much for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
So you had your first performance November 30th, and there's an encore December 14th, correct?
Yeah, and it was such a fun show because it had the live music from Lou Gramm and Paul Rogers, respectively, the voices of Foreigner and Bad Company.
Fun.
And I know it was really fun. So it was sort of a rock celebration of Christmas, but to hear them sing live and skate to their songs, and they're in such great voice still, I mean, it just brings back all those memories of growing up.
So you're enjoying this show immensely, it seems.
I love it. It's great, and to work with the cast, and it's one of the 5 skating series from Colgate Skating Series on ABC now, which we've just gone back to ABC, so I'm really lucky to be involved in a lot of them.
Fun. And how is this special different from the others you've worked on?
Well, I think it's, first of all, it's the first time that we've done sort of a rock and roll holiday themed thing, and it's the first time that we have skated to the 2 vocalists, you know, from Foreigner and Bad Company, and so bringing that whole element and that dimension to the live show, it's so much fun.
How do you compare skating as a performer in a show like this to competing in the Olympics? Do you miss the competitive element, or you feel like, been there, done that?
A little bit that way.
Yeah.
But you know what? Ice skaters are very lucky. They're the only Olympic sport that has a life after the amateur side. So we go into entertainment, and it's a lot of pressure in a lot of different ways. It's not the pressure of representing your country and being in the Olympics and doing a lot of athletic, but it's the pressure of traveling and still staying healthy and still performing for an audience, taking them into consideration, while at the same time you're still trying to keep your athleticism up. So it's a very different set of pressures.
Yeah, it seems very much almost like a Broadway show.
Yes.
It's similar pressures and similar demands.
Exactly.
When you look at the young ice skaters right now, the up-and-coming young skaters, what challenges do you think that are different from what you faced, or are they very similar?
I think the challenges that they face will be staying healthy because they are at a very young age. They're learning how to do triple jumps, and they're not sort of easing into it and developing in a slower pace. They're doing many triples and even quadruples now in competition. So it's really tough. I mean, you see a lot of people, kids in their 20s and later 20s, getting hip replacements.
I was going to say more injuries, correct?
Totally. It's a tough thing.
It is tough because they're so young and their whole lives are ahead of them.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember that when you're that young, right?
Exactly. And I think that, cross-training, staying healthy, eating right, and all those things, they're so much more advanced than when I was skating. I wish I had, a person to tell me how to eat and how to train and how to stretch and all that kind of thing.
It's all covered now.
It's all covered. All the bases are covered. So it's great.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for coming. It's such a pleasure having you here, and we can't wait to keep seeing you skate. Thanks so much.
Thank you.